Oneness family, this is Shophar from Faux Show Energy Work and Faux Show Health, and I'm here to speak to you today about the link between S.E.X, Sensual Emotional Exchange, and happiness. The purpose or the intention of this video is so that you know, like when we talk about the energy work or the touchless orgasm, the cocooning, we're going to actually do some new videos. Kirti and me are going to do some new videos updating and going over those terms and technology as well. But when we just talk about what is the goal, what is the purpose of high-level orgasm or releasing tension, right? Tension ion. Remember in another video, I've talked about the link between how many of the words that end in ion. Ion is about the sharing of electrons or the sharing of energy, charge, positive and a negative, if we will, and or the ability to spark something and be dynamic or to receive energy. It is the whole ability of our hands, like literally these abilities, the ability to give and share and give and receive is in our own hands, right? So the purpose of today's video is to just really easily, very quickly go over what it is with the energy work or with S.E.X, Sensual Emotional Exchange, that we do. So in order to be happy, right? Raul Nefer Amin, he says that most of us go from joy to pain, and happiness is being able to go from joy to peace, from joy to peace. In other words, you've heard me say this before, when life is good, live it up. And when life gets a little challenging or a lot challenging, be able to hold our peace and have a peace that is unfuckwithable. Sensual emotional exchange, sex, is the roots that allows the tree to have some flexibility so that it doesn't just snap when things are going on or get uprooted. But the sensual part of that is the roots of our being. So let's get into that. Like, I have an acronym. Those of you who know me, you know that I love acronyms. Happy, and this is on my website. It's been on there for a while. When I started doing the energy work, I came up with an acronym that helped explain why, what are some of the things that you can expect from the work or from Sensual Emotional Exchange, right? So if you look on my facts frequently asked questions on my website, I have an acronym, HAPPY. The H is for healing. I call this channel Faux Show Health. The name of my Patreon is Faux Show Health. And noticing how the word health has heal in it. For many of us, the only way we're going to get to health is to heal. It's to heal the epigenetic, ancestral hurts and traumas that are in our bloodlines, in our blood streams. There's like, for some of us, there's been poison put in our blood streams through time and space. And Sensual Emotional Exchange is quantum. It is able to go into the all, is able to go into the source field, the source code, and rearrange. It's like in life, we all have all these different Legos. Notice how the word Legos is similar to the word logos. It's also similar, has the word ego in it. And so we have these, many cases, false BS, false belief systems that act as viruses that causes to cause energy leaks, right? And it's in order to have health, many of us have to heal these false belief systems, these skewed ways of looking at reality, these limits that we put on reality, these limits that we put on how we go about things, right? So, and one of the key ways that we can heal is to align. Many of us have become and gone out of, gone to, to the left or to the right, or the left or the right, whatever, what I'm saying? We have gone off course some, and the A in happy is to align. That is one of the key ways that we will have health. Is also one of the key ways that you can have, you protect yourself esoterically on a high level to be able to call in, safety, and to be able to complete your task, your natal blueprint on this planet. And what is that? That's your purpose. So when we align, it allows us to step into our purpose, which is the first P of happy, is to be purposeful, to have purpose, and to align with that. Not what we think we're supposed to do on this planet, not on this plane, or to have this plan that we come up with, that our mind contrives and comes up with, because the mind can have many different angles or angels speaking to it, right? It's to be able to go into the center. And from the center is where we can create the circumference, we can create but to go to the center of anything, right? And be able to align with that. That will get us on our purpose. This is all things that the Sensual Emotional Exchange, the S.E.X, the S.E.X, the Sensual Emotional Exchange. And actually, one of the commitments that I'm making is to keep, instead of saying sex, you'll hear me say S.E.X. Because if you go on my website, my mission statement is to help evolve and expand how we think and we feel about S.E.X, or what I used to say, sex. But sex right now, the way most of us are programmed, it means genitals, it means doggy style, it means missionary, it means dick and pussy, it means mouth on genitals, it means those things mainly. It's not associated with, for most of us, to go to a higher level of consciousness, to see time in a non-linear fashion, to go into trance, to be able to heal ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, to be able to help heal others, to be able to manipulate our environment, and to be able to interact with our environment, to be able to basically walk with magic and many other things. This is what S.E.X, Sensual Emotional Exchange, is. But that lowercase shit that we've been doing, that sex, for quantum beings like you and the rest of us out here in time and space, and myself, that's not going to cut it anymore. That's not going to hold the circumference of our being anymore. It's time for upgrade in what we see it to be, right? And that's just us being able to, and in doing that, that's pleasurable, right? That's pleasurable. That's the second P. Is to be able to have more pleasure in our life, to be able to derive more pleasure. If you look on my channel, one of my just recently uploaded videos was The Elegant Rose, Awakening the Master Feminine. And I would say check that one out, because it talks about the Elegant Rose, aka Oshun, Venus, how that energy, that force of nature, that is beauty, that is opulence, it allows us to be able to derive and be in the frequency of pleasure. This is something that orgasm does. It releases the tension ion, the contraction ion, the contraction that we have on our bodies and in our spirit, our auric field, and in our mind, our mental spheres, the spheres of consciousness. It allows for a higher level of expansion, and for expansion ion to happen. And so with that, we want to, in order to have that level of pleasure, though, we need to understand yin and yang also, right? Or Shakti Shiv. In other words, the feminine and masculine energies, not gender. Gender is on the physical plane. I understand and I enter and overstand why some people say that they're genderless, or that they're beyond, these concepts or whatever. My opinion is, I get that, but I believe that's more about polarity. Like you can be a male, someone with a dick or a penis or a lingam, but have a feminine orientation. And or vice versa, or none of those. But that's dealing with, in my opinion, ion is that it has that's dealing with that's dealing with that's dealing with energy, or the subtle energy, the quantum energy, the small energy, right? It's not dealing on the physical level where we have basically, unless you're a hermaphrodite, you either have a vagina, pussy, yoni, or a penis, lingam, dick. And with that being said, there's no judgment, no condemnation from me in the condemnation ion. There's nothing either way on any, if you still decide to use those other terms, or to use the understanding that, about gender, and mix it in with the concept of polarity, it's all good. But with that being said, healing, alignment, purpose, uh, pleasure, and yin and yang. And with pleasure, we can play with that with passion too, right? So you could interchange or mix in passion with pleasure. You could also take passion and mix that in with purpose, and you see where all of those P words, they all play in and play together, or whatever. But these are just things that will make us happy. These are some of the beautiful, some of the powerful things that comes from S.E.X, Sensual Emotional Exchange. So with that, I just wanted to throw that out there. Again, I'm Shophar from Faux Show Energy Work and Faux Show Health. If you like this, please like, subscribe, and share, or also put a comment down below. And if you really want to go deeper into these different concepts and things, think about being a Patreon on my Patreon channel. That's what allows me to be able to go ahead and do this work and focus in and bring this different information on and share it with you all. And I also do energy work. Kirti and me, my lady, we do energy work for couples and singles. I also have a book, Sacred Orgasmic Living, Soul, Sacred Orgasmic Living, and do a series of workshops. I have one called Sex in S.E.X, Sensual Emotional Exchange. So I appreciate you all coming through, and keep that S.E.X in your life. Keep shining, keep evolving, and do so exponentially. Oneness.